On November 5, 1994, former President Ronald Reagan shocked the American nation when he disclosed his diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease. In a 2-page handwritten letter, he poignantly noted, "Unfortunately, as Alzheimer's progresses, the family often bears a heavy burden. I only wish there was some way I could spare Nancy from the painful experience." Alzheimer's is a devastating disease, affecting more than 25 million people worldwide. It causes memory loss, which gets more severe over time. Victims gradually lose their ability to live independently, and eventually are unable to recognize even close family members. Alzheimer's has no cure. Scientists now believe they can identify gene patterns that can help them identify individuals who are at higher risk of developing Alzheimer's in the future. Is it useful for an adult to know that they may be doomed to suffer this fate one day? Ever on the watch for symptoms signaling the onset of this devastating illness? Or would it be better to live in ignorant bliss until symptoms begin? Would Ronald Reagan have run for president if he had suspected that the early stages of Alzheimer's were already beginning to manifest themselves? Would he have been better or worse off with that knowledge? Steven Pinker, a Harvard University professor, is one of 10 individuals whose genomes are being sequenced as part of the Personal Genome Project. He recently stated in a New York Times interview, "I have chosen not to learn whether I have a gene that increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease." Adam and Eve also considered whether they should eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Before eating from the tree, they were oblivious to evil. After tasting from the tree, they would become aware of temptation, and that knowledge changed them irrevocably. Join us now for Lesson 2 of Biblical Reflections as we examine the choice between innocence and experience.